Hey guys, what's up? It's Greg Trzaskowski with the Find Your Film podcast. Our last episode was episode 142. And I'm looking right now on our feed. That was way back on November 17th. That is because, again, me, Eric Holmes, and Bruce Perky, we have moved over to the Cinematics podcast to do our weekly movie reviews. So if you want up-to-date movie reviews, movie recommendations, etc., and Bruce Perky's What's in the Box, head over to the Cinematics podcast. Subscribe to that feed if you haven't already. Now, whoever's listening to this feed, if you are still subscribing or have just come across this podcast or whatever podcaster you're listening to, there's a couple of things you will get. You will have from this podcast feed. If you love DVDs and Blu-rays, this is a pod I believe you should subscribe to. I will be doing a lot of interviews down the road with people in this podcast space. Well, podcast space too, but in this Blu-ray, physical media, DVD, 4K, Ultra HD, whatever that means. Yeah, I still don't even have a player or a TV for that. But anyone who's passionate about physical media, keep on this train, okay? Because you will get interviews regarding Blu-ray and DVD releases, maybe other journalists or podcasters in the field. We will review Blu-rays and DVDs here on this feed as well. And I will be doing giveaways. If you don't see it on my deepestdream.com site, I will be announcing various Blu-rays on Blu-ray and DVD giveaways on a given week. And hopefully I'll be doing some fun stuff as well. The goal of this Find Your Film podcast is to promote, spotlight, in my opinion, the importance of keeping physical media. With a glut of streaming services, that's pretty much, it's overwhelming me. I don't know if it's overwhelming you. There is a tendency to lose sight of discs, physical media. And it's understandable because if Pretty Woman is streaming on, let's say, I'm guessing HBO Max, what's the use in having a DVD or a Blu-ray? That's probably for another podcast. I have my own theories. I think it's great to actually have your discs, but there will come a day. I think there could be a day. What happens when a certain movie you want is actually at this moment not streaming or not available for download via digital on your Movies Anywhere app or whatnot. So I believe there's still a lot of room for physical media. I see the cons of it. It really will ruin your space in your apartment or your home or whatever. If you don't have a lot of space, Blu-rays and DVDs are not a practical way to go. Okay, but the pros I think are a lot. And you'll be able to, in my opinion, I think it's important if you're a cinephile to curate your own collection. A lot of people in this day and age, they curate their collection via digital on the cloud. I understand that, but I think it's really cool as one loves to collect hardcover books. I'm sure there are book collectors out there, millions and millions of book collectors out there. And I'm sure there's millions and millions, hopefully millions and millions of people or thousands of people who collect Blu-rays and DVDs to keep on their own private collection, whether it's to use the digital download in the disc, or maybe they're paranoid just like me that their movie of choice will not be available in the multitude of streaming services, So I just love Blu-rays and DVDs, and you're going to get some of that coverage for this podcast. Now, I was fortunate for this sort of inception or this new iteration of Find Your Film to actually have an interview with actress Lola Raie. She is a teenager, and she is the star, the voice actress of Ainbo, Spirit of the Amazon. Now, this is actually in good timing because actually it hit home entertainment shelves, digital and on demand this week, specifically on November 29th. You'll be able to download it or purchase the DVD on shoutfactory.com. I will have the link where you can get it as well. And here it is. Based on a story by award-winning filmmaker Jose Zelada, Ainbo, Spirit of the Amazon is an inspiring fantasy movie adventure of a young heroine and her thrilling journey to save the endangered Amazon rainforest. So I've seen it. I should have requested a DVD for my niece Claire to see. She would have enjoyed it because Ainbo is obviously she grew up in the Amazon. She's really tuned into nature. And when I don't want to give too much away, but there is a shady force who enters the Amazon, making big promises. And obviously those promises is pretty empty and nefarious. So it has some really good lessons about the importance of nature and the perils of technological and urban sprawl. That's something that if you're a kid, it's good to learn, that they learn as soon as possible. And Ainbo is a very interesting character because she has a best friend who is, there's some friendship issues that she has, but she remains loyal and very focused on her mission, and very interesting character. So I actually requested the interview with Lola Raie about a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, I'm excited to present this interview for this podcast feed. So you're going to listen to the interview with Lola Raie right now. She was also seen as a live action actress in Cheaper by the Dozen, but here again, she is the voice actress for Ainbo, Spirit of the Amazon. And this was she actually alludes to this. She's older than 13, but I believe she started this when she was around 13 or younger. So she talks about that in the interview. It's around 8 or 9 minutes. When we get back, I will also talk about some Blu-rays you might want to check out because I have a giveaway, and news on a recent movie starring Julia Roberts and George Clooney that is coming out in a couple of weeks. And I'll give you information on that as well, and some other stuff. All right. Anyways, Lola Raie, and I'll be back in about 9 or 10 minutes. Take care. Thanks, guys. Lola, hi. Pleasure to meet you.
It's really nice to meet you too.
So first off, the obvious question, what is the most challenging part for you as far as voice acting? Because it would seem that maybe, I have these images of someone losing their voice after many takes, not the fault of the voice actor, but just because you have to get so many different kind of variations. What was the biggest challenge for you during this journey?
Well, there was a lot of emotions that she had in the movie. So I guess trying to convey your emotions into just your voice and just using your words instead of, being able to rely on your facial expressions like you would on-screen acting. And definitely, that was definitely a challenge for me. But the rest kind of came naturally.
Was one of the reasons why you wanted to be part of the project was because of the story, meaning that it's not just a fluffy kid story. It's a story about dealing with loss and grief and overcoming a lot of things. What was that extra layer a reason why you're really proud of this project?
Yeah, for sure. It definitely isn't. It definitely touches on some deeper problems, like with the Amazon that she lives in being destroyed and the loss of her mother, and all these people in her ear doubting her. So I guess they're trying to break down the confidence that she has, but she still keeps it. And I think it's a really good story, and I really enjoyed being able to represent a character with all of these really cool traits and really cool backgrounds. So I guess, yeah.
Balancing school and acting, what has been the last couple of years like for you? And the second part of that is, how did you specifically get this project? Was it a tough, were you auditioning against a lot of other people? How did it come to you? So those two questions, I guess.
So part one, the school and the work. I actually became homeschooled in 5th grade. So that kind of made it easier to do all of this because I get to do school on my own time, and I just think it's a lot easier than having to deal with all the schoolwork from different classes and stuff, if I went to public school. But I still do have a lot of work for homeschool, and yeah, it's an easy balance for me. I never really had a struggle. I never really struggled with it. And the second part of the question was what was the second part of the question?
Yeah, just getting the role. Was it big competition, or was it just a twist of fate? How did it fall to you?
I think it was a big competition because if you listen to the character's voice, she has an accent, and she has a Spanish accent. And so they had people auditioning from all over, in South America, to get the natural accent. And if you listen to me talk now, I definitely don't have an accent, but I did when I auditioned. And I guess it was just something that it was the thing that they were looking for. And so yeah, so I had the voice that they needed, and then they called me for an audition, for a callback, not an audition, a callback. And I think there was a few people that had been called for a callback. And then I ended up getting it like a month later after going in to do the callback. So
When you heard that you got the job, who was more excited, you or your family?
I mean, I was pretty excited. I can't remember. I don't know. I think that was an equal excitement, but I'm pretty sure I was a little bit more excited than my family was.
This story makes me actually want to really explore the Amazon and go out to that area. And wondering, just from your experience, just working on this project, do you down the line have a desire to just travel to just different parts of the world and see nature for what it is, as opposed to urban dwelling environments, which can encroach on nature,
Yes. I mean, I love nature. I do my best to protect our oceans and protect our environment. What's it called? The forest, the Amazon. Yeah, I do my best to protect those places. And I definitely do want to go and explore different parts of the world because I don't know. I'm super adventurous. So I would definitely love to go to the Amazon and really see the whole shebang, the whole Amazon. It sounds like it would be a really cool experience.
Speaking of cool, what did you really love about your character playing Ainbo? And is it just because of her bravery, or just even no matter what happens, she always gets up? What are the qualities that you admire about her in her journey?
I mean, definitely her perseverance, her bravery for sure. Definitely her confidence, and yeah, really just those are the main things because those are her main personality traits. And she's super big on her friendship and with Zumi, and she is really family oriented. Like her tribe, her culture is like a really big thing for her, and it plays a big part in the movie. And so I think that's really cool and really important.
Yeah, now it's great at such an early age. You have the movie credit, and then now you have the animated movie credit, and the road is open for you. Where do you see yourself? Would you like to see yourself going within the next 5 to 10 years? Just exploring different avenues in the arts and entertainment world, or where do you see yourself?
I mean, I guess I see myself in the entertainment industry still. I really haven't thought that far ahead, but I mean, I still want to pursue acting, and because like I still enjoy it. I mean, I love it. I've been doing it for so long, became a little bit attached, and I definitely see myself still in the entertainment industry, but yeah, I don't know where I'm going to be in 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. So final question for you, Lola, is right off the top of your head, can you name one of your all-time favorite movies, and what is it about the specific film that resonates with you today, even today?
This is so hard. I'm so indecisive. But one movie that I watch, that I did watch all the time was Soul Surfer. Do you know that movie? A lot of people don't know that movie.
Yeah. I know. I just interviewed the director a couple weeks ago, so I love that film from him.
Oh, that's so cool. I love Bethany Hamilton. I think she's literally so brave, so strong. I admire her a lot, especially for everything that she's gone through in her life. And watching that movie from when I was 4, so from a really young age and growing up with it, I think that plays a really big part on me and my what's it called? Personality, I guess. Yeah, sure. We'll go with that word.
Well, final question though. What is it like for you just to see your voice and maybe your mannerisms captured in an animated film? That's part one. And then part two is just the gratification to know that there's going to be children of all ages that are going to love this movie, and it's going to be a part of their lives too. So
part one of the question. It's weird. I'm not going to lie. I filmed this and I did this when I was 12. And so I sound a lot younger than what I do now. So listening to it, I sound like a Teletubby, which is kind of funny, but it's kind of weird listening to my own voice. I don't know if it's just me. It might just be me. Actually, no, I don't think it's just me. A lot of people have that. If you're in the industry, it's weird to see yourself on the screen or hear your own voice. And I don't know. yeah, it's just weird. But the second part of the question, I find it really cool that kids will be having Ainbo as their role model now. Because for me, that was like Moana and Rapunzel. I really love them. And like Tiana, I just think it's really cool that I will be their Moana, Rapunzel, and Tiana.
Very cool. Lola, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. And looking forward to our next interview.
Yes, for sure.
All right, take care.
You too.
Hey guys, what's up? Here is, I guess, a DVD Blu-ray news. I don't even know if should I actually subscribe to Epidemic Sound and get some kind of newsreel sound footage behind these DVD and Blu-ray news. But if it's okay, it's going to be on digital December 9th. I will say that. It will be on digital. But most importantly, in my opinion, Blu-ray and DVD on December 13th. That movie is Ticket to Paradise. It stars George Clooney and Julia Roberts. I just received the email today from Universal Pictures Home Entertainment. And it says, what does it say here? It says, escape to tropical paradise with two of the world's most celebrated and beloved movie stars, Academy Award winners Julia Roberts and George Clooney charm in the hilariously sharp and sweet comedy Ticket to Paradise. Available to own with laugh out loud bonus content on digital December 9th, as well as on Blu-ray and DVD December 13th. Now here are the special features. If you don't know what the plot is, they play a divorced couple and they reunite because their daughter is getting married and hijinks ensue. Okay? Anyways, here are the bonus features on DVD, Blu-ray, and digital. Okay, so you get the featurettes Return of the Dynamic Duo, Destination Wedding, Production in Paradise, and Keep a Straight Face. So these are basically, you get 4 featurettes in this Ticket to Paradise disc. Again, it's available on DVD and Blu-ray as well. The special features are available as well if you purchase the digital version. Again, it comes out the 9th of December on digital and December 13th on Blu-ray and DVD. Tell me if you're going to check it out. And who knows, maybe I can it says here I can request review product. I'm going to see if there are giveaways for this as well. And if so, hit me up and hopefully I'll hook you up in a giveaway or whatnot. All right, guys. So that is that. Speaking of giveaways, there is a movie called Hansan. Oh, before I get to that one, let me just tell you the Ticket to Paradise. You're thinking, does this movie suck? Is it even worth mentioning on the podcast? Well, I'll tell you right now. On Rotten Tomatoes, Ticket to Paradise, 57% on Rotten Tomatoes by the critics. The audience score is 87%. So that's not bad for the George Clooney and Julia Roberts headlined vehicle. Personally, I'm excited to see the movie. I'm okay with some romantic comedy fluff now and again, and it's right up my alley. Okay, so I have as far as a Blu-ray giveaway, there is something that I've been I mentioned this on Cinematics a couple of weeks ago. I just still haven't put it up. It is called Hansan, Rising Dragon, and it's a Korean film. And here's what's interesting about this. It was recently released on Blu-ray by Wellgo USA Entertainment. The Rotten Tomato score for Hansan Rising Dragon is 67% by critics, Rotten Tomato critics, and 92% by the audience. So it has a really high score, and this may be worth a gander, a look. Here is the box cover plot summary. A prequel to the Admiral Roaring Currents, the most watched film in Korean cinema history. Hansan Rising Dragon depicts the historical Battle of Hansando. I believe that's Hansando. I have glaucoma, so my bad on that. In 1992, Admiral Yi and his fleet face off against the Knight of the invading Japanese Navy and its formidable warships. As the Korean forces fall into crisis, the Admiral resorts to using his secret weapon, the Dragon head ships known as, I don't even know what, I know it says here what they're known as, but I cannot pronounce the name. It's Gyeobuksan, in order to change the tide of this epic battle at sea. Bonus features here. I'm looking at the back of the cover. Character highlights, scenes, secrets of makeup, a staff commentary. I don't know what that means. Staff commentary and a trailer. So it also comes with a slipcover. My buddy Peter Beta from the Middle Class Film Class, he's not a big fan of slipcovers, but they do come with a slipcover as well. So I am offering 3 Blu-rays of Hansan Rising Dragon for listeners to the Find Your Film podcast. If you want more information, I will put up a link on the deepestdream.com website of mine. All right. So again, 3 Blu-rays available. I'm going to probably have it up for a week for the week of this podcast release. And after that, there's about a couple more Welgo USA Entertainment Blu-rays that I have to give away as well. So usually the requirements are, liking my Deepest Dream Facebook page and YouTube channel. So I'm going to send a link of where you can actually get that information on Hansan Rising Dragon. Again, 87% on Rotten Tomatoes as far as the audience score goes. So that should be not 87%, 92% on Hansan Rising Dragon. So that should be an interesting movie to watch. I haven't seen it. There's just so many movies I have to watch. It's for your consideration time. So there's just a ton of screeners that are coming my way, and I'm just way behind the tide on that. But yeah. So in closing, look, for Find Your Film, one of my goals is not just to spotlight DVDs and Blu-rays and review them, but for listeners here, I want to make sure that you guys build up some of your own personal collection via these giveaways, or maybe steer you on the right direction on as far as discs go. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be a sort of a freewheeling kind of podcast. I won't edit this as much. You're going to hear me stammer and stutter my way through this podcast feed. But again, the focus is, if you love DVDs and Blu-rays, hit me up and we'll see. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do one more thing right now. Wait 1 second, okay? All right. Hey guys, I'm back. Look, I forgot to also mention what I'm going to also add on the Find Your Film podcast feed is my love for just hunting down DVDs and Blu-rays myself. And I want to give some of these away too. So I don't know what I'm going to do first. But anyways, I actually just went to the Dollar Tree store about maybe 4 or 5 days ago, and I'm going to tell you what I have. As my last purchase was several days ago. I have on DVD, I, Tonya. I have The Godfather Part 2 on DVD, widescreen collection. I have The Human Tornado by Rudy Ray Moore. Unfortunately, the disc is acting up. It's a Blu-ray, but you could hear the disc shaking. That's a bummer. There's a movie called Cover Me on Blu-ray starring Jules Wilcox, T.C. Stallings, Jesse Velasquez with Jesse Metcalf. Reason why I bought it, it also stars Danny Trejo. Okay, so there is a documentary that I really enjoyed called 3 Identical Strangers. It's on Blu-ray, and unfortunately I know it's on DVD. This DVD is shaking as well, but if you haven't seen 3 Identical Strangers, it's a 3 Identical Strangers. It's a very interesting documentary, a little bit heartbreaking as well. There's a movie called The Lost Viking. I have no idea. It looked good. I don't even know who's in this, but it's called The Lost Viking. It is a Blu-ray. There is a Blu-ray I have called Nightshade. It stars Lou Ferrigno Jr., Dina Meyer, and Jason Patric. I like Dina Meyer and Jason Patric. I might actually watch that movie. There's Megan Levy. It's the movie military drama starring Kate Mara. That's on Blu-ray. I have Selma. I have a special edition Blu-ray of Selma. There's a movie called Same Kind of Different as Me, starring Greg Kinnear, Renee Zellweger, and Jaimin Hansu, with John Voight as well, who I recently interviewed. That is on Blu-ray. I have another Blu-ray of Selma, and let's see what else I have here. There's a movie I think I heard about it years ago. It's called Arctic Tale. So a Blu-ray called Arctic Tale. I have Florence Foster Jenkins. By the way, on my last pickup, I picked up like maybe 4 or 5 copies of Florence Foster Jenkins. I have a movie called Brian Banks, which I believe came out a couple of years ago. I don't know if it had some spotlights to it, but I don't know. I heard a little bit about this movie. Let's see if it's any good. Who stars in it? It stars, yes, Aldous Hodge. He's a very good actor. And who else? Greg Kinnear's in it as well. All right. And Sherry Shepard. I have another one of Same Kind of Different as Me. I have Chuck, starring Liev Schreiber and Elizabeth Moss. It's the true story of Rocky Balboa. Danny Collins on Blu-ray. That's a favorite of Anderson Cowan's. That's on Blu-ray. Another Arctic Tale. Another Selma. There is a movie called The Big Ugly, starring Vinnie Jones. That's on Blu-ray. Let's see. Hotel for Dogs. I got that Blu-ray and DVD combo pack. Okay, so as far as DVDs go, I think the rest of these are DVDs. Most of them most of them are. I have Yes, God, Yes, starring Natalie Dyer. That's on DVD. Another DVD. It's a Shudder original called Mon Mon Monsters. That's on DVD. On DVD, there's a Diane Keaton film called Palms. And the last three are actually Blu-rays. This is a Blu-ray of Selma. I have a Blu-ray of The Gambler. And then I have a Blu-ray of the wonderful film Boyhood. These I got at my local Dollar Tree store for just $1.25. So I will be giving a bunch of these away down the road. The way I do that is via my Cinematics Facebook group, and you can join that. And every weekend I'll put up around 2 movies for people to win. Okay, and then to actually enter, you have to be a Facebook group member and just comment on recent movies you've seen. So lastly, join our Cinematics Facebook group. I'll have a link down below on our Find Your Film show description. And yeah, just check out my weekly giveaways on Blu-rays and DVDs. So hopefully this podcast, it's a little bit messy, but it'll be cleaned up a little bit for next week, and I'll put a little bit more flair to the proceedings. So again, DVDs, Blu-rays on Find Your Film. Also, we'll be covering some digital releases as well. Let's see if there's anything else that I have to say. Are there any DVD, Blu-ray releases that just came out? I'm looking right now. 2 seconds. Nothing from this morning, but thank you guys for supporting me, Bruce Perky and Eric Holmes over in Cinematics. And here, I'll make sure that Bruce and Eric have some guest spots here as well on the Find Your Film podcast. Thanks guys for listening to me blab and mumble around. Talk to you later. Have a great weekend watching movies. Bye.